hook of your story? Why should people listen to your story? Uh, what are the different characters in your stories? Are you having certain emotions in your stories? Uh, are you able to build a conflict or some problem, something that is the stakes are high and you need to think about it, whether it's a small personal story or whether it's a big corporate story or student story, anything. There has to have some sort of conflict or problem or challenges, whatever you want to call it, and ultimately, what happened? What was the outcome? And out of all of that, is there a lesson for the audience? What is it for me? What is it that I am going to learn? So these are simple elements, but if you use, that's where your stories become powerful. And then there are a lot of delivery elements on all of those. How do you use pause? How do you use eye contact? How do you use stage and all of those? Those are a little bit technical in terms of mechanism, but basically these are the elements, whether you're writing or whether you're delivering.
So from IT, how come it came to you that you should be focusing on storytelling? And now you are saying that public speaking is one of your areas.
Right. I would say it's a gradual transition, right? Because growing up, like many people, I also struggled with public speaking and speaking in front of school and all. So that was one of the things. And yeah, around 7 years back, I started this journey of learning myself, going deep into storytelling, joining different communities, and then when I started helping people and they getting results, that's where I had the epiphany that I actually like this one. Yeah, it is giving me bread and butter, so there's no complaint as such. Like a lot of people, I don't have any complaint. But ultimately, we all want to work for what gives us joy, what gives us more satisfaction. So that's where I'm moving towards the phase where, like, okay, I might want to do it full time.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a progress and process I'm going through. So learning and applying and seeing.
yeah, so you are in right now in UK. It's that is what you told
Correct.
last time I heard.
Yes. I am right now in the UK, so it's very early here.
Yeah,
But yeah.
great. It's still up for the this thing.
Yes. So yeah, I want to write a book. Let's see. I might also write about student success and all itself. So I had a few students who really got success. For example, there was this guy from Pune who was very afraid when he enrolled and he was not able to open the camera and say anything. And he started attending the session and taking notes and practicing. And within a few weeks, in his office, he himself messaged me afterward that no, I was able to address. There were over 20 people, and I was the one who was very confident and spoke in front of everyone, and it felt amazing. So that is like, when you hear these stories,
Yeah.
that's when you feel like, no, it's actually worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are other stories also of ladies who was basically laid off from a job, and then she discovered her passion, started collecting her own stories, and then wrote a book and became sort of a coach and helps others here locally in UK. So those are the kind of stories that gives you a lot of self belief and gratification, as they say, and that is what we all yearn for, especially as a coach, right? That is what we need. Our student success is our success, like Siddharth said, right?
Yeah. So one of my client, I would take some advice from you. That she is actually my target segment is mid-career professionals, so who are already
Yeah.
into 7 to 8 years of experience. So
Right.
they in IT is prominent here. Like all of them get increment, but they don't get promotion to lead something or other. So many of them are like that. So in a way they are doing well, but they are not getting the responsibility of something. So that maybe it is eye crisis or something. So they want to switch the job, but that is not the answer. Then no, not the solution, because they will get into somewhere else where the same situation will be the similar. So one of my client is already 4 years of experience. Maybe she is a bit younger, and because she had interned with me earlier, that is why I have taken her, because he is in a lot of problems in terms of deciding uh, as to how to reduce the housekeeping thing that she is required to do. She is doing great in sales, and she already has achieved say 83 crores last week. She reported, uh, and uh,
Nice.
and the target was 48 crores. She had doubled almost.
Almost
Almost
double,
doubled,
yeah.
yeah.
Very
Almost
nice.
doubled. Very nice. And she is amongst the first two, three who get rewarded for this and recognized. And she is looking at that. Some incentive also will come. But the thing she is not able to handle is how to reduce. So, um, this housekeeping is sorry, is necessary, because unless you know which is the least you will be targeting it, how do you approach, even if you don't
I,
keep that.
correct.
Correct.
I
I
would
would
say
say
that,
that.
I
I
would
would
say
say
that,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Has
Has
she
she
listed
listed
down
down
all the
all the
activities
activities
that
that
she's
she's
supposed to
supposed to
do?
do?
Because
Because
sometimes
sometimes
we
we
have
have
so
so
many
many
things
things
going
going
on
on
our
our
head,
head,
right?
right?
But
But
I
I
think you
think you
might
might
want
want
to
to
ask
ask
her
her
to,
to
okay, list
list
down
down
all
all
the
the
activities
activities
that you
that you
have to
have to
do
do
on
on
daily
daily
basis,
basis,
weekly
weekly
basis,
basis,
monthly
monthly
basis.
basis.
So
So
that's the
that's the
first
first
step
step
of
of
identifying
identifying
what
what
all
all
things
things
that
that
you do,
you
you like, you
like, you
don't
don't
like,
like,
just
just
write it
write it
down.
down.
And
And
then
then
use
use
the
the
principle
principle
of
of
delegate,
delegate,
automate,
automate,
and
and
delete,
delete.
right?
Yeah,
DAT
yeah.
principle,
Principle,
that's the
that's the
same.
same. Yes,
So
yes.
if you
If you
can
can
delegate,
delegate,
if you
if you
have a
have a
team
team
member,
member,
if
if
it is
it is
something
something
that you
that you
can
can
delegate
delegate
to
to team
other
other
team
team
members.
members.
I
I
have
have
seen,
seen,
because
because
I've
I've
been
been
in
in
leadership
leadership
role,
role,
myself as
myself
a
as a
project
project
manager.
manager.
I
I
know a
know a
lot
lot
of
of
time
time
people
people
do
do
not
not
feel
feel
that
that
the
the
other
other
members
members
in
in
the
the
team
team
are
are
responsible
responsible
enough,
enough,
so
so
they
they
don't
don't
delegate,
delegate,
and
and
then
then
they
they
start
start
saying,
saying,
"Oh,
"Oh,
I
I
have to
have
do
to do
everything."
everything."
Have you
Have you
ever
ever
tried to
tried to
delegate
delegate
and
and
see
see
the
the
results?
results?
You
You
might
might
have to
have to
train
train
them
them
first or
first or
second
second
time,
time.
but if you
If you
delegate,
delegate,
you
you
will
will
get
get
little
little
bit
bit
relief
relief
in
in
terms
terms
of
of
your
your
workload,
workload,
and
and
your
your
team
team
member
member
will
will
actually
actually
feel
feel
really
really
good
good
that
that
no,
no,
you
you
are
are
trusting
trusting
that
that
person
person
with
with
some of
some
the
of the
tasks.
tasks.
So
So
first
first
will be
will be
delegate,
delegate,
second
second
would be
would be
automate.
automate.
That's
That's
something you
something you
really
really
have to
have to
do
do
every
every single
single day
day
or
or
every
every
single
single
week.
week.
Or is
Or is
there
there
some
some
automation
automation
tools,
tools,
some
some
techniques
techniques
that you
that you
can
can
apply?
apply?
And
And
third
third
one
one
is
is
that
that
whatever
whatever
sometime
sometime
we
we
do
do
things
things
which are
which are
not
not
even
even
required.
required.
So
Yes. So
that
that
in
in
that
that
case,
case,
just
just
delete
delete
those
those
tasks.
tasks.
Don't do
Don't do
that.
that.
That
That
will
will
give,
give,
yeah,
yeah,
on
on
most of
most
the
of the
cases,
cases
it
it
gives
gives
people
people
10 to
10 to
20%
20%
of
of
their
their
bandwidth
bandwidth
as the
at the
same
same
corporate,
corporate,
right?
right?
So
So
I
I
think
think
that
that
might
might
work.
work.
You
You
can
can
check
check
with
with
her.
her. So actually, I have started with the first thing that you said. Identify your
Mhm.
task, and she was saying ki task, what are you saying is a task. So I said, whatever you do, and then you do the second thing, the third thing, the fourth thing, those are the
Mm.
tasks. So the first thing is to
Correct.
get the list of people that you are required to approach to. They get it
Mm.
from their own software, because they are having a huge huge list of people who are applying
Mm.
for the courses and all. So you get that,
Right.
then you have to put them in your list. No, it becomes your list once it comes to you. Then you approach, say, first day,
Mm.
this day you, that is task number one.
Correct.
Second is task number two is your list for this day, then list for tomorrow, like that. So that is the second task. And
Correct.
then how many you have reached out, and how many are still in still to be reached
Correct.
out. That is task
Correct.
number three. That is, those are the processes you need to do in the Excel sheet or whatever sheet you are maintaining. And
Correct.
then only it becomes no, you will enjoy the process. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It
It
is.
is.
It
It
is
is
for
for
some
some
people.
people.
It
It
is
is
tedious,
tedious,
but
but
you
you
have
have
to
to
again
again
stress
stress
out
out
that
that
no.
no.
unless you have the data, you don't analyze, right? Similarly, unless you know the task, it will be very, and you can acknowledge that, yeah, it is not easy to just think about everything that you do. So in that case, just observe yourself for 1 day or 2 day, and noting down somewhere in notepad, okay, I'm doing, writing this email, I'm getting this export, I'm doing this import, I'm sending this flyer or poster, I'm coordinating with this. Just while you are doing, just noting down, and that will build the list. Because unless until you have the list, how will you know कि okay ये वाला काम तो टीम से करा सकते थे, ये वाला तो import करना है तो एक एक import नहीं करना है, I can do bulk import. I'm giving random example, right? Or I have to send email, I don't need to send one email at a time, I can use a tool to basically send mass email. So unless you list down, you nobody can give you the answer, right? So that is very much required.
So that is why she was stuck. So after this call,
Mm.
actually at 2, we have a call, and so I have asked her to write down. So suddenly this thing of marriage also comes in, and other things also come in. So when we started
Correct, correct.
the
So as a coach, you have to bring that back. Sometimes, no.
yeah.
What happens is when you ask people to do something, they will do everything else except what you ask them to do. And at that time, you have to be the strict teacher. No, I'm not asking you about personal things. Tell me what exactly you do. You may be feeling uncomfortable, so take a day, but tell me the official task, because this is for official one. We'll discuss your personal matter some other time, but bring them back, because they otherwise they will keep diverting, and they will start telling personal thing and all, the boss ने ये किया, इसने ये किया, उसने किया. Yeah, बोलो no, we're not here to judge, we're not here to tell, read or listen or tell stories. Tell me the task. We'll do that some other time. But Abhi, let's focus on what do you do, what happened when you start your day, what is the first thing that you do, what is the next thing you do, what is the other thing you do, how do you end up your day, and what happens after that. So bring them back, because we all know people who keep on going from here to there. You have to keep bringing them back.
So maybe sometimes I think, see, all this thing I keep on doing. So forget this, do this right now. Then she is so much into somebody. Her manager told that she is not able to come out of that. Maybe that kind of thing is required in case of her. So just bringing her to the main thing. Focus on your sales, you are doing that great. So how to make something which nobody else will be able to break. That is what suddenly came out of my thing, that if you put 100 crores this quarter, then nobody will able to break that record. So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah.
That is why everything at the end is the clarity of the mind, right? Are you clear? Right? If you just say, okay, I'm having a lot of problem, I'm having a lot of problem, doesn't tell anything. What exactly is the problem? Where exactly are you struggling? What have you done so far? And then what is your plan? Right? That also needs to be discussed. Once you clearly specify that, right, then only people will get clarity. Otherwise, it will become into this complaining meeting, or no, that cribbing rant, as they say. They'll keep on complaining, ye nahi karta, wo nahi karta, there will not be any outcome. So as a coach, I think we need to keep bringing, okay, tell me one thing that you want to discuss today, and we have to be clear about what is it that we want to achieve, and are you willing to take some action. Otherwise इस तरह के कंप्लेंट करने से कोई फायदा नहीं है.
But
Right.
it
Is that making sense?
Yes, lot of. So yes, I think small things like this will happen, because people who are very clear also have come to me. Then it's very easy to give them solutions. But people who are not very clear, then you have to struggle a lot, even if you know that this is a very simple thing to do, because she is doing already great in something that no many people can do on earth. Like,
Right. Sometimes we don't even acknowledge the great things that we are doing,
yeah,
and we need somebody else to say that, okay, just take a moment and think about what was the target. For example, your target was 48, you achieved 83 or whatever number. How does that make you feel? right? Always there is always bigger frontage, but what is it that you feel when you think about from that perspective? You got 175% or whatever percentage is there. What does it make feel? Because a lot of times we are programmed in such a way that we always think about, okay, what is next or what more I can do, and not reflect back to whatever we have achieved. So you can do these kind of exercises with them, with her as well, to just remind her of the great journey.
So I actually asked her to apply to the organizations where she dreams to be working sometimes. So apply and tell them that you have been achieving your sales target by double or something like that. So she was not very happy saying that मैडम ये सेल्स से तो मुझे जाना चाहिए वेयर एल्स यू वांट टू गो फाइनेंस अरे फाइनेंस में कोई एक्सपीरियंस अभी तक हुआ नहीं है व्हाइल यू आर इन सेल्स you can also build that finance wala ability so that you can go apply to those kind of jobs also but anybody and everybody will be happy that you are doing great sales so why not
It
just
also it also might be that she doesn't. I mean, she's great at what she's doing, but that is not her ikigai, as they say, right? That is not something that she enjoys,
I think so.
right? So yeah, there will never be a content from inside, right? Okay, yeah, अच्छा है, बहुत बढ़िया number हो गया, लेकिन अंदर से if you're not feeling satisfied, so yes, you can acknowledge that as a coach. We can always acknowledge that yes, that may not be the dream job, but you're doing so good. Now, what you need to do is slowly transition from here to wherever you want to. It won't be an overnight thing, but see that no, what can you do? Can you do some certification? Can you do apply somewhere else? Can you see? Can you apply some of the financial skills to get into a financial position in the current job itself, and then slowly transition? So make a transition plan, which is not over ambitious and but more realistic.
I think the housekeeping that she needs to do, she is not enjoying that. That is why she doesn't like to be here. Otherwise, she doesn't seem to be discontent about this. So if that is not there, then but she can always simplify that her list,
Yeah.
maintaining her list and how to deal with that list.
Correct. So, absolutely, the dad principle, right? Delegate, automate, and
Yes,
delete
yes,
whatever is not
yes.
required. That helps. Awesome. Okay, I'm not sure how long this is going to run, and I've not written
It is one
any chapter
till 110. You can tell
till one.
tell me a bit about your upcoming book. You have already written one book, you told. So
Yes, I've already I've written the book. I'm thinking about what should I write in this ILH volume 2, whatever. I can coach volume 2. So still I'm planning, maybe like I was saying, would be about the student success. That's where I think
yeah,
I'm
yeah. So
resonating
that is
more.
the yeah.
Right. So yeah, and yeah, I
That
have
will
to
be
do.
tricky. That will be tricky, because you are writing for somebody else. Uh, how they
Mhm,
feel and all, how they feel about this thing, their
mhm.
success and all. Like you were saying, your that's kind of student actually he spoke in front of 420. That is not very easy actually. Yeah.
Correct. So exactly, but I think that is resonating more because that's where you see the success, right? Siddharth always said that no, your true success is when your students become successful, and I can say that no, I used to hear that, but I didn't feel that until this happened, and then that's when I can bring up the story. Okay,
Yes.
57 seconds. So yeah, I still have to think. I mean, to concentrate, sit for 1 2 hours, and start writing it down. I've not done this.
Me too. Same here. Same here.
Yeah,
Like
so I have
how
so many ideas, but that implementation has to be done. Yeah, but yeah, let's see. I don't know what is the deadline for submitting, and yeah, dead end मिलता है तभी काम होता है कई बार.
January end maybe February he is going to publish
No,
because
I don't think इतना देर नहीं होगा. I think it might be a few days.
okay.
3 4 दिन 5 दिन ऐसा कुछ है. That's what I'm waiting to hear. But let's see.
Thank you.
All right, then we have Yeah, thank you.
Thank
It
you so
was
much.
great conversation meeting you again. So,
Same here, same here.
yeah,
We are already
let,
friends
let's
in any case.
yeah,